Hello, everyone. My name is Clint Watson, and you're watching Eliot Kelly TV.
Easy means a lack of effort. Simple means a lack of complexity.
Welcome to another dynamic episode of Eliot Kelly TV. I'm really privileged to have with us in-house, in living color. He's the author of one of my favorite books. It's become a classic to me. I've thumbed through it. I have bookmarks in it. I have the little highlighter marks. I've written in the corners as well. Mr. Harvill has written a body of work that has really been impressive. It's called The 21 Secrets of $1 Million Sellers. We thought it only prudent, with the amount of knowledge that he had to share, that we get him to share his story with us, the challenges and the opportunities of the sales game, as well as any other bits of knowledge he'd like to share with us during COVID. Welcome to the show, the president of Creative Ventures, all the way from Texas. I got a bit of snowstorm down there, but he's all sunny with us today. Welcome to Eliot Kelly TV.
I'm honored to get a chance to visit. Thanks, Elliot. Thanks for the kind words about the book.
Thank you. And we'll be sharing more. Hang around so that you can learn how you can get your copy of the book as well. But before we do that, Stephen, can you share with us your story?
Real quickly, 1984, I'm out of college. I'm a scientist by education. I'm working in the real estate industry, designing ski resorts. And I had a simple idea that I went to the company with, and I said, if we did this way, we'd save all these mistakes that were being made. And for some reason, they listened to just a young kid. And that one idea kind of launched the understanding and the entrepreneurial move to the company for me that said, geez, maybe there's a way to create a dynamic from idea development that other companies would find useful, and that you could bill them for that. And so that was 37 years ago, and we've been operating as an idea-based strategic consulting company ever since.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I think in the brief when we were speaking there, I obviously shared with you my appreciation for the book. But one of the things that I used, the word that I described to use your book, was accessible. And you shared an analogy with me, and I'd like you to share that with our audience, please.
Most ideas come in kind of two basic forms, a walnut and a peanut. And that's based upon how accessible is the idea that you have to anyone else, right? If you have a walnut in your hands, and maybe if you're Arnold Schwarzenegger or something, you could break it with your hand, but the walnut's inaccessible, where the peanut, just pinching it between your fingers, is accessible. And so all the ideas go through our walnut peanut filter, trying to make sure that everything we do for every year and every idea platform is accessible to everyone.
Thank you. We won't be able to share all 21 of the secrets of $1 Million Sellers today. You can get the book to do that, but share with us, what is your greatest challenge in the industry at the moment?
I think it's the connection between value and impact. Great sellers, people that are sales professionals, they've made it their career, are always looking at a very simple equation: value and impact. And so they attack their product, their service, whatever element they are, around a very simple two-part formula. And I think if you keep that as the focus, and you say, can I define the value that I'm bringing, and can I define the impact it has to the client? If you do those two things, you've solved the client's problem. They'll be delighted. And great producers always keep that very simple formula in mind.
Thank you, Stephen. What keeps you motivated when things get tough?
You know, I'm so blessed with having fallen into what I do. I never really have a motivation issue. There are so many ideas that are available to help people that exist just outside the scope of their field, right? you're an architect and you're working in right angles and the tensile strength of steel. But right over here is an idea, and right over here is an idea that could help like with your client experience. So being driven by ideas, making them accessible, making them strategically impactful to our clients. I've never in the time that I've done this ever felt not motivated to do something. I guess it's the drive of curiosity. My wife says that I'm easily fascinated. So things drive me, and I capture all of those kinds of things.
Thank you. Share with us 2 work performance secrets of $1 million sellers, please.
I'll give you 2. One is they are amazing listeners. We have an acronym in the book called W.A.I.T that stands for Why Am I Talking? And I'm not talking about regular listening. I'm talking about the conscious effort of active listening. And that's a conscious effort. It's a learnable skill set. And they're all unbelievably good at this. They never step on another client that's talking. They're great active listeners. And I would say the second thing is what we call O.L.A, which means one level above. They're never, they have a very finite focus on improvement. They're not improving 10 things, 20 things. They're improving one thing with a laser-like focus on that skill. Then they move to the next one and to the next one. It's never multiple energy points. It's a singular energy point. So they're great listeners, and they manage their energy and time on singular elements until those things are done. So the choice of what element becomes important, right? You don't want to waste your energy on something. So they're also very good at making good decisions around those.
Good. When we spoke about inaccessible, you kind of painted that picture there. For a person like myself, who I forget some of these principles sometimes, having the acronyms makes it so much easier. You describe their weight, why am I talking? You also have in there the O.L.A one level above. Another great acronym you had in there was the KIST formula. Describe to our audience how salespersons, $1 million sellers, actually use the KIST formula when they're evaluating their sales strategy.
The idea of this evolves around the idea of simplicity. There is no more powerful strategic element, consciousness, activity that any company in any industry, and we work in every industry on the planet, is more powerful than understanding what simple means. People confuse it with easy. Easy means a lack of effort. Simple means a lack of complexity. So they're consistently looking at removing elements that create a connected element with their client. They're moving complexity out, and they're leveling it in with the understanding the client needs. If you're selling a robotic surgical equipment, or you're selling advertising, they're different elements, but they keep them on this simple pathway. And I'll give you one element that'll help you with simple if you're trying to learn what it really means, is what we call the rule of 3. It takes tremendous discipline, but you never let any activity, action, goal, element exceed 3 parts, ever. So that means you've got to be good at thoughtfully reducing, right? Removing elements so that you get to those 3. And you never embark on a 4th, ever. Never on a 5th or a 6th. Now, 1 is better than 3, 2 is better than 3, but 3 is the axis. That's the mind's ability to grasp simplicity. So you got to keep things to 3 parts. And that means sometimes you don't do the whole thing. And when the 3 parts are done, you can move to the next item that adds to the 3 parts. That's kind of the idea behind that.
Awesome. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to today, Stephen?
Let me see my UK people. Lloyd's of London, which we do work with. DMB, which we do work with. And David Lansfield. I don't know, you know David's work?
No, not as yet.
David is a British strategist, wicked smart guy who's got a great YouTube channel, and I had the honor of being interviewed on his show also. So I'll give David in the UK a shout out also.
Thank you, Steve, for sharing. What does the future hold for you?
Well, we're launching, I'm in the midst of the next book, which has a working title, Anybody, Anywhere, The Entrepreneurial Spirit in Everyone. And we're interviewing a number of entrepreneurs to find the matching power behaviors in that mindset. It'll be a new strap platform for us. I wasn't sure I was going to do another book. 21 Secrets is my second book, actually. And so I was going, I didn't know, but I started with this idea. It's gained some momentum. So that's going on. We start in-person meetings again at the end of August.
Wow.
So that's really exciting. We just finished a new strategy platform on problem solving, 3 methodologies that you can utilize to mitigate bad decision making. Very simple formula. Anybody can apply it to any industry. That's brand new for us. So those kind of things are kind of going on. If you we finished our latest video series called Did You Know? It's on the website. Over Coffee, which is our 3-minute idea series, happens every month. So we've got quite a few little things that are keeping us hopping, and we've got great clients. So I'm so blessed with unbelievably good clients.
Good. Again, congratulations to you and your team on such a dynamic body of work. We're looking for great things coming from your bank. Also, how can persons get in contact with you, Steve?
The website has everything, and all of our stuff is free. The video series, our newsletter comes out every month, goes to 30,000 people a month. The blog is free. That's all on the website. So it's creativeventures.com. And then if you buy the book, and I'll send you a signed book plate for it, you can contact me. I don't know if you're going to post these or not somewhere, but it's steve@creativeventures.com. If you have any questions, I answer every email that I get. So you can send me questions on that. You can access all the video and all the stuff free online. And I guess that would be the best way to get in touch with me. And I'll be happy to help anybody, anywhere. Just send me a note.
Thank you, Stephen, again for joining us. You've been watching today with the 21 Secrets of $1 Million Sellers. We had Stephen Harvill all the way from Texas joining us here on Eliot Kelly TV. Our quote today is by Warren Buffett. He says that if you don't find a way to earn money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Thank you for joining us on Eliot Kelly TV with Stephen Harvill. Never lose your passion.
I'm Antonique Villard, and you are watching Eliot Kelly TV. Never lose your passion.